swear to God, H2O is my mental. Cause my drip and my wave is so special. 5 minutes, now her eyes low. No pain.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to another freaking video. We are back.
We back.
As you guys can see by the title, we are going to do story time. And this story is going to be about the journey to the birth of our son, having our son, and blase blase. So, without further ado, let's get into the video.
Get into it.
I guess we should talk about how...
So we can start movie find out. Also, we don't want to leave out, we understand it's not easy for everybody to have kids. It wasn't easy for us. It was planned. And so we needed help. Not embarrassed about it.
No.
So we ordered these pills off of Amazon called Conception. And them things worked a miracle. Those are the people I thank for Kyrie.
Yeah, you can find it. It's on Amazon. We would definitely put it in the description box below, because anybody who's trying to have a baby and it's really difficult, we are willing to give our secrets out, because I mean, hey,
It ain't no thing.
yep, it's really nothing. So yeah, we got those pills and we started taking them, and basically what they're supposed to do is they'll regulate the woman's cycle, and then we'll get her on the right track to actually ovulating at the right time so that she can have a child.
I told her her breasts got bigger, and then, but the main thing, I was like, your nipples look a different color. I had to point that out, and that was probably the first sign that I noticed.
Yeah. So, but after that, we just left it alone, you know, went about business as usual. And then I called my mom. She was just like, take a pregnancy test. And I was just like, okay. So I got on the phone with her. Like, I was on the phone with her, and I took the test while I was on the phone with her. And then I was just chilling. And in my head, I was just like, it's probably going to pop up negative, because that's what's been happening lately. Even with the pills, because like I said, it does take time. So I looked, and I was just chilling. And next thing I know, 2 lines popped up. And I'm pretty sure I busted my mom's eardrum. Like, I screamed so loud because I was so excited. Like, I was so happy. So then after that, like, I immediately put on a shirt, I put on a dress or something like that. And at the time, his job was across from, literally, like, it was within walking distance of the apartment we were staying at.
Yep, I walk to work every day and walk back for lunch.
Yep. So we was, yeah, like, I immediately put on clothes, put on shoes, and then I was like breathing hard. I don't know why, because I didn't run, because I don't run for nobody.
She's excited. That's what it was.
Yeah.
When she came in, I could see it on her face. She was excited about something.
Yeah, I was out of breath. And if I can figure out how to do it, I will put the video where I actually, you know, told him that we was going to have a baby. But let me tell the story instead. So I went to his job, and I went up to him. I tried to be straight-faced, but obviously it didn't work. I really did try to. I was just like, okay, you got to calm down, go in there, you got to be serious. But I couldn't do it, because, like, I wear my emotions on my face, so you can tell, like, you can tell when I'm mad, when I'm happy, all of that stuff. Like, you don't even have to ask me most of the time. So I went up to him, and I remember the exact words I said. I was just like, how you doing? He's just like, good. And I was just like, you having a good day? I was just like, yeah. He was like, yeah. And then I was like, I got a surprise for you. I pulled out the little stick. I think I had it in my bra, because I had on a dress. So I think I pulled it out of my bra, and I handed it to him. And, like, I was really hoping I was going to catch him crying, but I didn't. But he was
speechless, though.
He was excited, though. So, yeah. I told him about it, and then he was excited. He showed his coat. Like, I got it on video. So, like I said, if I can figure out how to put the video into this video, then I would definitely show y'all. Or I put it at the end of the video if that makes it easier. So, yeah, y'all will get to see his reaction to me telling him that we're going to have a baby. So then, after that, I think that same night, we went to his parents' house. And, we was just chilling and whatnot. And I think he was the one who told him, but I don't really remember how the conversation went.
Yeah, I told all of them. Well, first person I told was my sister Stacy. Shout out Stacy. I know she'd be watching. First person I told was Stacy. I told her, I was like, I didn't even have to tell her to come to the house. She was like, I'm on the way already. And so she was at the house, and it's my mom, my dad. I feel like it was somebody else, maybe a kid or something. But yeah, mom and dad was there. I sat them all down. I told my dad, come downstairs. I gotta tell you something. Sat them all down, and I told him she was pregnant. And my mom about lost her mind.
She did. She was so excited. But it's funny.
Really
it was funny because before then, both sides of our parents is just like, y'all need to wait to have kids. Like, y'all need to, chill out. And it was weird because that a couple of months before that, we had actually got engaged in February. And then we got married. So then it was just like, enjoy married life. And every time my mama she talks to me, I tell her, I was just like, y'all told us to enjoy being married. And we did. We just enjoyed it a little bit too much. Now we got a child. So I was like, we did what you told us to do. So I don't know. Like I said, when he told his parents, like, yeah, she was excited. So everybody was excited. Everybody was ready for it. So like, yeah. So then we blase went on with that. So then after that, like, we immediately set up an appointment to see him, see how far along I was or whatever. And yeah, so we went to the doctor and we had an ultrasound. We did, what was that app called? I think it's called Airtime. We did Airtime/FaceTime, and we let our family look in on us getting our first ultrasound of our baby. And we also have a picture of that too. So like I said, if I could figure it out, then I'll put the picture up there. He was literally like this big.
Little peanut.
The first time we saw him, he was like this big, and he cried.
I'm a thug.
He cried. Like, he didn't cry when I told him. He didn't do anything. But when he saw the ultrasound, like, and then the lady talked to us afterwards, and she like prayed for us. Like, he started crying, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, she told everybody.
I did. I know that's supposed to be like a private moment, but I was just like, I was excited. Because, I mean, it's like really, I mean, it's a reason to my excitement because
it's a good moment.
Yeah, because for a while, like, he had been trying, like, we had been trying, and most of the time it was him beating himself up because he thought something was wrong with him, which it wasn't. It just wasn't a good.
Some people just need a little boost.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I was like so happy about it, and like why it was such an emotional thing because of that. But yes, then we found out that I was 7 weeks along, so that was cool. So, and I was working at Walmart at the time, and it's like as soon as we found out I was pregnant, that's when I started having all the symptoms, like the morning sickness, the mood swings, all of that. I was just like, really, like, y'all couldn't like ease me into this. It's just like everything started happening at once. So like when I was working at Walmart, he would have to come up to my job and like kind of take me away for a couple of minutes, or I would have to take my break because I would just be sitting there crying. Like one day I remember I was working in the gas station, and I was just doing what I usually do, and out of nowhere I just started crying. And like the customers were just like, oh my god, what did we do? I was just like, y'all didn't do nothing. I'm pregnant. This is my first. I don't know what's going on. So after that, like, he came and picked me up and got me a slushie, and that made me feel better. Like, I mean, all I needed was food, I guess. So yeah, so I think that same week, or maybe that weekend or something like that, I started experiencing bleeding. So as hard as it was for us to get pregnant in the first place, I thought that we were losing a baby. So we went to the hospital, and we sat there for a couple of hours, and nobody was coming in. Like, I was crying, he was crying. I don't know, because I was like, we don't know what's going on. And I thought, and that's actually what it was. Like, I was threatening a miscarriage, but the baby was still there. Like, they did an ultrasound on me and whatnot. I think they did. No, they did a pregnancy test on me, and they can still see if the baby is like there or not. So yeah, we got over that hurdle.
My little man, a little trooper. He ain't going out easy.
And so yeah, the week after that, he actually been listening to the Air Force, so he actually left me that following week. So from August all the way to, I say like the beginning of November, hardest 3 months of my life. Cause I mean, like we were together, like from the time that we actually met in person to the time, like up until then, we had always spent all of our time together. Like we really weren't separated. So it was really hard. I wasn't used to it. And we had just got married, just found out that we were having a baby. So it was just like, it hurt me pretty bad. And I mean, I'm still dealing with it to this day, but like I said, it was like a really hard thing to deal with. And then on top of that, with him leaving, he's like up all the way in well, I'll let y'all tell.
In Texas. So you know we're from South Carolina. I was all the way in Texas. But the main reason I went was because I got this little job. I mean, I make music, but not making money off of it yet. So, and being a man, got a kid on the way, got to make something shake. So I went ahead and enlisted. And yeah, that was a hard time. It was hard being away all the way in Texas without no phone, knowing that my wife is high risk and she's back home. So that was really hard for both of us. But you know, we made it through. And this is jumping around a little bit, but when I graduated basic training, as pregnant as she was, she jumped on me.
I didn't know we wasn't supposed to jump on him because he wasn't allowed to grab me back. Well, I think he still did, but
yeah, I still did.
He wasn't supposed to. But yeah, we gotta backtrack a little bit. We'll come back to that because that's really cool. That's a really cool story, but we'll come back to that. So fast forward like 3 weeks. Since I was pregnant and I think he told him I was high risk, they let him talk to me more than people are supposed to when they're in basic training, basically. Because they knew that, I mean, at any time I could have lost our son. So then fast forward about a couple weeks, 3 weeks, and I'm 10 going on 11 weeks, start the bleeding again. And then I was threatening miscarriage again, but then they did the ultrasound that same night and he was still kicking and moving, heartbeat, everything, so he was good. So that time, when it happened that time, I was already at home with my parents. I was back in Myrtle Beach and I was staying back with my parents, and my mom, she sat there in the hospital with me while I was going through all of that. Like it's really tough when you go through all of, like, as hard as it is, and then you go through all of that, you know, bleeding and stuff and threatening miscarriage. It's really hard. So yeah. And another thing that was really hard, like our first kid, he wasn't really able to go to the very first appointments I had, but he was there for the most critical ones. So that was a good thing. So yeah, after that scare, I was just going on business as usual. Like I was getting fat and everything. And finally I hit 4 months pregnant, and around October was his graduation. So now we're back at that stage. So I had to get on a plane, and I don't do planes, but I was just like, for you, I guess I can do a plane. So I went and got on a plane. My mom held my hand the whole time like a little kid because I was really scared. Like I don't like being in the air. I still don't. But I was just like, I have to go show love for my guy. So I was just like, I guess I'll suck it up this time. So I tried to make every excuse. I was just like, I'm pregnant, like I'm high risk, I'm not supposed to be on a plane. And they're just like, you're fine. I was like, come on now. You're supposed to be here with yours. Like, you're not. But yeah, so me and my mom met his parents up in Texas, and we like flew up there together and to go watch him graduate. So, and that was the real thing that I got out of it, was seeing him and like seeing him graduate. And he looked like, everybody looks the same, so I couldn't even pick him out of the crowd, except for when the day that they wore their blues, because I knew that he had a tattoo on his arm, and I was just like, just look for a knife. And I was just like, I saw the knife, and then yeah, the first
if y'all can see that, that's what she was looking for.
Yeah, but the first time when when it was in the I call them fatigues. I don't know what the
we was in our blues.
No,
all
that
blue suit.
those.
Oh, you talking about the other one? Oh, ABUs.
Yeah, they was in those. The little camouflage looking suits. That's what they was in, and he was like they had shaved him bald and everything. Like he looked like a little baby. The jumping on part, that's what he was talking about. Like as soon as I locked eyes on him, I like ran, and I mean I was already nauseous. I hadn't really eaten that day, and I still ran up and jump. I still had enough energy to like run up and jump on him.
Oh, we got a video of that too.
Yeah. And then I think that a couple of weeks before his graduate, he got to talk to me on the phone. It might have been talking or texting. I'm not really sure. And
probably talking.
Yeah, he was just like, "Are you gonna jump on me?" I was just like, "No." Like, I'm pregnant. I'm not gonna jump on you. What do you mean? I already knew that he wanted a girl. I always wanted a boy, and I knew I was having a boy, but he was just like, "No, I want a girl."
So I love that I have a boy. I put that out there. I love my little boy. But the reason I wanted a girl is because my cousin Tony put this in my head, and now it's what I'm always thinking about. When you're old, say you have a son and a daughter, your son is more likely to drop you off or send you to somebody else's house than the daughter is. That daughter will take care of you, will argue with her husband and bring you into their house and look out for you. So that was my reason. But I love my little boy because that's also my little athlete too.
Yeah. So, and I don't think y'all know our baby's full name, but if we were to have a girl, we was gonna name her Aaliyah. It was originally Aaliyah Dion, but his or her brother, depending on our future baby, Kyrie, he was named Dion. So yeah, but our girl would have been named Aaliyah Dion Highball. But our son, his full name is Kyrie Rashad Dion Highball. He's really long. It was originally supposed to be just Kyrie Rashad because we couldn't come up with middle name or whatever. But he snuck the Dion in at the last minute, like while we was on camera, so I really couldn't say no without looking like I'm trying to be mean. So I was just like, all right. But I mean, now that like when you actually say it, it actually fits him. Like he looks like a Kyrie Rashad Dion. But usually I usually go by the first two names because that's just one breath and I'm good. So I just be like Kyrie Rashad. But yeah, so fast forward to our gender reveal. My mom and my dad planned it. It was really beautiful. It was really simple, but it was really beautiful. Like we had shirts, and we have a video of that too. We got videos of like a lot of stuff, and I think it said touchdowns or tutus on the shirt, and then it had a little black baby boy and a little black baby girl. And then my mom, she did like a poll because she was on Facebook Live, and she asked all of us. I was just like, I know I'm having a boy, and then he said girl, his mama said girl. I think my mom said boy, and his dad said it was gonna be a boy. And then she had us waiting, like they was mixing in the bag and stuff, and I was just like, come on now, like come on. So then finally she was just like, okay. She was like, Dre and Jody, y'all reach in the bag. And then she made us close our eyes, and then when we opened them, it was like a little thing of blue M&Ms. So we knew it was a boy, and like I screamed to the top of my lungs. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, it's a boy, it's a boy. I was so happy. Cause I've always wanted a boy first, cause you know them girls, cause they say the girls will take on the mom's attitude, and yeah, I'm not ready for all of that, not yet. I mean, now that I have my son, I want a daughter now. Like I'm hoping the next baby will be a girl. I was just like, but first, a girl first, can't do it, nope. So yeah, we had our gender reveal. It was really beautiful. And then we had to leave each other again, which sucked. And
yeah, she went back to South Carolina. I had another week of basic training left, and then I had to go to tech school.
Yep. So that was another. We didn't see each other again until Thanksgiving. Like, he actually made it to me on Thanksgiving. And I was supposed to go to my family's house, and he ended up coming. So then my aunt and all them got to meet him for the first time. So it was really cool. Yeah, we got to Ohio, and let y'all, like, when we moved in, this man wore white. He wore white shoes, and I think he had on a white shirt. He wore the least, like, why would you wear white when you know you gotta move stuff?
I don't know why I did that.
But yes,
we moved in to the house. Yeah. So I messed up my shoes pretty bad.
Which was his fault. He knew that we was moving in that day. Why would you wear white?
So yeah, I messed those up, but we really didn't have that much furniture because it's just us two, you know, moving into a whole house. So we didn't really have anything. Everything we have had to get bought. So, which y'all will see our place eventually with the furniture and stuff. But yeah, we had to buy everything. We didn't have nothing. We was in there with no chairs and anything.
He was sweet though. He bought me a little beanbag chair, so at least I could have somewhere to sit.
Yeah, got our beanbag chair, and she had to be induced, so we had a set date, so we knew when Kyrie was gonna come. So it was basically a countdown, and we were just waiting, which I kind of like better, even though she was induced for medical purposes. I liked it better because we knew when he was gonna come. We're not gonna keep waiting. You know, some babies don't want to come out, and I feel like even as low as he was, he still didn't. He would not want to come out on time. Mm-hmm. So it was good. He was induced, and so fast forward to.
No, you got it. Oh, so a little before he goes on. So like I said, I think he said before that we had a townhouse. So we had an upstairs and a downstairs. Your girl spent most of her time upstairs. I was just like, when he would come home from work, he was just like, "Did you go downstairs today?" I was like, "To eat?" I mean, like,
to her, our house had one floor. It was the top floor.
Like, and he was trying to get me to exercise and everything. I was just like, I would do everything in my power to get out of it. But now that I'm trying to lose this weight from having my son, I wish I would have listened to him and actually like walked up and down the stairs more, ate a little bit healthier. But in a sense, both of us was pregnant because he gained like I think
gained 40 pounds. Who and how does that happen? 40 pounds.
He was 160 something, I think, when he graduated from basic and tech school. And by the time I got ready to have my baby, we was the same weight. I was 180, I think 183, and he was 180.
I was in the 90s. I lost it now, but that was crazy. That is real.
He still got his dad bod. Let's stand up and show him.
Ain't no dad. Cause that ape. Okay, it's not.
See.
It's okay. It's coming back.
But I like it. I like the little dad bod. It looks cute on him. But yeah, we both gained weight. And he blamed it on me because he was just like, whenever you ate, I had to eat. But you didn't have to eat what I ate. Is my thing. You didn't have to eat what I ate. I think he wanted to eat. I think he enjoyed it. He had an excuse to get into all of his cravings and stuff like that, but he didn't continue.
We was going out to eat like every day too. So it was just stagnant.
Yeah, but I let him continue. I just had to put that out there.
So January came along, and it was her birthday, and she was really big on her birthday. We was actually talking about that today, and she has pictures of that too. So I would like to see. She's really big on her birthday, so she wasn't able to drink or turn up.
And I told him I didn't want to do anything, and he was just like, "Okay, babe, we're not gonna do nothing." He was lying.
And then what did we do?
He didn't listen to me. He took me to Scene 75. Like, we went to the like.
They got that. So it's like Dave and Buster's, but it's not as focused on food and games as Dave and Buster's, but it just has a lot of stuff, kind of like Frankie's if you're from the Carolinas. And that's why I took her for her birthday. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of cool things. She likes to do things she knows she can't do. And so there's a lot of stuff in there that she wanted to do, but
there was
but
a
we couldn't
bouncy
do
house. He would not let me get in the bouncy house. I think there was a sign. It was just like, if you're pregnant, and I was visibly pregnant. Like, you couldn't, like, I couldn't fit none of my clothes. Like, it was a struggle trying to get dressed on my birthday, which is why I told him I did not want to do anything. Like, I was cool, but he was just like, all right. He was just like, okay. He did say, like, okay, we don't have to do anything. And then he woke me up and, like, took me places. He got me some shoes, I think. And then his mom sent me some money. So he put all of that together and took me to Scene 75. And
also got her Apple Watch.
yes, I have been asking about it. That was like one of my favorite gifts, actually. And then he got me this little card. He got me, because I usually get him funny cards for his birthday, so he decided to get me one. And it said something about spankings or something like that.
Sounds about right.
It was a really funny card, I can tell you that much. And gotta rewind a little bit. So me and him didn't get to celebrate his birthday together. Instead, he did like a 5K run for 9/11, and I felt really bad. But
yeah, I was in basic training on my birthday, and I think it was a Saturday, which my birthday don't never land on a Saturday. And the one time it do, I'm at basic training, so I had to do whatever they was doing, which was running a 5K. Had to run a 5K for my birthday.
Yeah, but so speed back up to my birthday. Like, we really did have a good time. He showed me a good time, even though I really couldn't do what I wanted. He made it fit for a pregnant woman, which I was really happy about. So yeah, so fast forward to the day that we get induced. So we picked up my mom from the airport, I think the day before, or was it the day of?
The day before. Yeah,
the day before. So we picked her up. And then the day of, we all went to McDonald's because they told me to eat a good meal because I wouldn't be able to eat. But
a good meal.
We ended up going to McDonald's because I was just like, I'm ready to have this baby. I'm done. Like, I don't even care about eating at this point. So they got us, we went and got to the hospital, got all checked in and stuff. And then they only allowed him in the room. They wouldn't let my mom come in until I was all dressed, like, out of my clothes and whatnot. And so they started the induction process. Now, this is like the worst part of it. I hated it. Like, the contractions wasn't even compared to this. So I had to get, like when you get induced, you either get like a pill that they put up into your uterus, or you get the Foley balloon, which they put like a balloon basically in your uterus, and it like expands to get you to contract. I got the Foley balloon. So the nurse came in, the girl came in, and she was just like, are you ready to insert it or whatever? I was just like, yeah. And then they asked me if I wanted my mom to be out the room. I was just like, she's seen more than she's needed to see. So I'm sure she's fine with this. She can stay. And I'm really glad she stayed because I was finna rip that lady throat out. But, so they, so she was getting ready to insert the Foley balloon. And she actually inserted it wrong. So I was in a lot of pain. And meanwhile, this guy is sitting on this side of me, and he's looking dead at me, but he will not move. Like, he was sitting there holding my hand, but he did not move. And I was like crying, like I was boo crying. My mom had to come over and push one of the nurses out of the way because I was so irritated. And it hurt so bad because she inserted it wrong, so she had to take it out and redo it. And that really hurts. So yeah, so he was just like sitting there, he was looking at me like he was looking at me. He was in tune, but he did not move. So
yeah, stuff got real fast when that happened. I was not ready. You can ask Ma, I was not ready.
He was looking like, what? And I tried not to look at him because the more I looked at him, the more I wanted to cry. So I was looking at my mom, like she actually held my face and made me look at her, and she eventually got me to calm down, but that mess hurt. So finally, they put me on my epidural and my Ambien. And for all of my ladies, if y'all get ready to have a baby or y'all done had a baby, that Ambien, oh my goodness, it works wonders.
She's going to tell you to do both because she was high as a kite.
Please do both. Do the epidural and the Ambien because, honey, I don't even remember, like, having conversations. Like, he said him and my mom were talking to me. I don't even remember that. Like, but I do remember, like, one time they was talking to me and I started laughing. I don't know what I was laughing at, why I was laughing, but I was laughing. And it was good. And then all of a sudden, the Ambien wore off. And I was having contractions, and they hurt really, really bad. But my mom told me not to scream because that would just raise my blood pressure and make everything worse. So I would, like, try to, you know, be as quiet as possible. But that crap hurt. So, you fast forward a couple more hours, and it's like, I say it's like 7 o'clock, maybe 7:15, and I had this really big contraction, and then I tried to press the little button to get my epidural to work. It's not working, and I was just like, is it broken? Like, I don't understand. So I was like, what is going on? Because this medicine needs to work because this crap hurts. So then,
yeah, I'm like, can y'all give her another one? Like, can she get a second epidural?
Oh yeah, also that epidural hurt too. If y'all never had kids and y'all don't know what an epidural is, it's like a shot, and it's like they put that shot like in your lower back, like right here. I don't want to show y'all my back fat, so I'm gonna just show y'all from the side. But yeah, so they put the little epidural in my back. That crap hurt, and then they put me on my Ambien. I felt better, but then, like I said, eventually it wore off, and so they had to call the nurses in there. And I think I said it in one of the 2 videos that we previously did. We had a little sweet nurse. I think his name was like Raekwon. It was something.
I don't know. He was bald headed though.
Yeah, he was really nice and whatnot. And then he came in. He was just like, "Oh my God, we're having a baby." And then I was just like, okay. He said that he had 4 kids and a wife, but that was questionable to us. Like, it's just like, you did not behave like a man who has 4 kids and a wife. Like, you look like you got 2 poodles and a man at home. But he was really sweet. I liked him. So, yeah, they got me prepared to have the baby. And, yeah, so I labored for 11 hours. It would have been 12 hours exactly, but our son came at like 7:45 on the dot. If he would have waited a little bit longer, it would have been 12 hours exactly. But, so from this point on, I don't really remember anything because usually you black out but I'm not black out, but you kind of like zone out. So I'm going to let him tell it because him and my mom were the ones watching me. So.
I just remember everybody pushing me out the way. Nurses and pushing me out the way. They tried their hardest to push me out the way politely. She tried so hard. I remember, I guess Kyrie started losing oxygen or something. And so they flipped her over to get on all 4s or whatever. And I'm standing there looking, and the lady was like, she was like, "Please get out my way." And cause she was in a hurry trying to run to her. So I moved. I'm not tripping. I moved. But they was able to move past that and stabilize her. And yeah, they told her, she asked to start pushing. They told her not yet. She had to wait a little bit. But when she started pushing, Kyrie was coming right out for a second. You could see his head, the little cone head, and then the hair coming out. And then next thing you know, he just goes right back up, just like sucks up, sits right back up. And I'm like, baby, keep pushing. He got hair. I wasn't one of those guys that fainted. I watched and I stared the whole time.
He was really attentive. I give him that. I was really proud of him for that.
I was like, he got hair. Keep pushing. And so, like I said, she pushed for about a total of 5 minutes. Kyrie came right out. He did one little scream to let y'all know he was breathing, and then he was just quiet. The rest of the time, just chilling. And we actually have a picture of him straight out the womb. So if y'all knew our son the way we know our son, he reaches for everything, just nonstop, just wants to grab everything. Straight out the womb. I even have a picture of him grabbing my chain straight out the womb.
Like he still does it to this day.
He does. He still does it.
He graduated to the glasses though. When his daddy wears glasses, he's just like, forget the chain. I'm going for the glasses. But yeah, our son, like, when I tell you our son is like so nonchalant, like he came out and he was a G about it. He was just like, listen, I'm not going to do all that crying like the other babies. I'm going to let one big cry out, let y'all know I'm alive, and I ain't going to cry no more. So then after that, after I finished giving birth and whatever, and we got to, handle our baby and everything, like, they sent my mom, well, I think she actually chose to go home because she wanted us to, like, bond with him and everything. So I tried to get him to breastfeed, but he only latched on one good time, and then he didn't do it anymore. But now that he's gotten bigger, he's always trying to go for the boobs, and I was just like, they just for sure now, baby. Like, I don't know what to do for you. But yeah, like I said, during the labor process, he was very attentive. He held my hand the whole time while I was pushing. So I was really proud of him, because I just like, I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know if he's gonna faint or if he's gonna walk out the room. I don't know, like, what he's gonna do, because we had already had an instance where I was getting the Foley balloon in and he completely like froze. So I was like, I don't know what he's gonna do when the baby actually start coming out. But yeah, he actually sat there and watched it and everything. So it was a really cool process. And then, so after we had our kid, they played with us for about 4 days. They refused to let us go home, and that really got on our nerves. But eventually we got to take him home.
Finally.
And we were so excited. I think I don't know how many times his dad asked, he just like, so can I take him home? Like, and he wasn't just talking about the baby, he was talking about both of us. He was like, can I take them home now?
I was about to steal them both.
Yeah, he was. But eventually they let us go home, and now 7 months later, our baby is healthy. He's thriving. You wouldn't even know that we had 2 scares where we almost lost him. And
like I said, that boy is a trooper.
Yeah, even during the circumcision, the boy didn't cry. They didn't even have to give him no medicine. He just sat there like, yo, clip it. So, yeah, he's a G, period. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment,
subscribe,
and hit the notification bell to find out when we're posting another video. We are Z,
Dre,
and this is
the
High Life. Hey.
Hey.